On television and other entertainment media, pranks have always captured a considerable audience. Producers and actors develop and perform creative and fun pranks on people, providing moments of laughter and surprise. On the internet, we have access to an endless number of pranks that spark great interest among users. However, some of these pranks are considered quite daring, crossing certain ethical and common sense boundaries. These are exactly the pranks you will watch today. A prank orchestrated by Silvio Santos' show, which is very famous in Brazil, caused a major stir at the time, generating outrage among the people who participated. The actor and comedian responsible for the prank was Ivo Holanda, who disguised himself as a circular bus driver. The bus passed by a square where several people were waiting to commute to work. However, upon boarding, the passengers became irritated because the driver simply circled the square without making stops. When questioned, Ivo Holanda replied that the bus itself indicated that it would only circulate, thus leaving the passengers furious. Naturally, the prank was also quite funny due to the reactions of the people present. The prank resulted in great outrage among those who depended on this means of transportation to get to work, and many of them ended up being late due to the prank. A prank carried out by Rede TV in Brazil also sparked controversy for addressing religious themes. In this prank, two women disguise themselves as nuns and visit a laundromat to drop off clothes for washing. They arrive, place the suitcase of clothes on the counter, and leave. When opened by the people, they are surprised to find intimate apparel and sensual clothing inside the suitcases, something no one would expect from a nun.
Nossa senhora, uma freira usando isso? Uma freira, mas não é possível.
The controversy arose precisely because the prank seemed to mock religion, in addition to harming the image of nuns in a way that does not match reality. Even though it was a prank, it was considered offensive and heavy by many. Another prank aired on SBT, on Silvio Santos' program, ended up generating controversy due to the situation involved. In the prank, a woman pretending to have had a penile implant enters the men's bathroom while men are using it, using the urinal beside them. This left the person completely embarrassed and not understanding the whole situation. Many even questioned the fact that she was in the wrong bathroom, but she responded by saying that she was a girl who became a boy, leaving the men even more embarrassed with the situation.
Nossa. Como é bom fazer xixi em pé, né?
Postiço,
Implante mesmo.
Obviously, after being aired, the prank spread across the internet and generated a lot of repercussion due to the fact that the woman entered a men's bathroom, which is indeed prohibited. To perform the prank, the program ignored this issue, causing debates about the limits of pranks and respect for the rules of using public spaces. YouTuber MrBeast decided to gather 100 people to have them made up, produced, and transformed into zombies. The intention was to go out with all these disguised people through the streets as if they were zombies, to observe the public's reactions. As it was a professional production hired by the YouTuber, everything became extremely realistic, making the people really look like zombies. By wandering aimlessly through various places, they obviously scared many people. Many, upon witnessing that flood of zombies, became confused and in shock. Others ran away, and some, despite the scare, soon realized it was a prank and joined in the fun. MrBeast, who was also disguised as a zombie among the crowd, scared people but was recognized by some. After all, he is very famous. Currently with 300 million subscribers, many young people already knew the channel and its productions. The scare caused to some people when surrounded by zombies generated a lot of repercussion on social networks and various media platforms, highlighting the creativity and impact of MrBeast's productions in the digital entertainment scene. The program Pânico marked generations on Brazilian TV with its characteristic humor, fun, and memorable segments, achieving enormous audience over the years. One of the most emblematic and undoubtedly funny moments that occurred on the program was a prank elaborated with Bola, one of the most well-known cast members. To orchestrate this prank, Bola was persuaded by other participants and his friends to get drunk. As the intoxication increased, he ended up passing out, at which point the entire production team of the program sprang into action. The team made up Bola, prepared everything meticulously, and placed him inside a coffin in the chapel, simulating a funeral ceremony. Some friends, and of course the other participants of the program dressed in black, acting and crying around the coffin, creating the impression that Bola had really passed away. When Bola woke up and faced that scene, he was completely confused and obviously extremely scared, believing he had lost his life and left his own body.
Essa, velho. Ó, chegou dessa Na boa, vocês estão me tirando, velho. Eu não morri.
After a few minutes of shock, the production finally revealed the truth. A band entered the place, and everyone started laughing at the situation, unmasking the prank. Despite initially being angry about the prank, Bola also felt great relief upon discovering that he had not really died, ending the episode with a mix of feelings of anger and relief. A prank that also went viral on social networks involved an elderly lady pretending to have an injured leg, who asked people on the street for help to enter a church and perform her prayer. Upon entering the church, near the receptacle intended for prayers, there was a person dressed as a demon, disguised as a statue. When the person approached, the demon moved and surprisingly kills the person in the heart, causing a big scare. It's impossible not to be frightened, especially when faced with such a scary figure. Many people question the fact that the prank was somewhat heavy, since the presence of a demonic figure inside a church does not make sense and was considered by many as a disrespect to religion. It takes a lot of courage, but the comedian approached a group of men who were playing beach tennis on the sand of the beach, stating that if he had a shotgun, he would finish them all. Without receiving many responses from the group, he insisted, saying that he would really eliminate them all if he were armed. Thus, he began to threaten the group of friends. With the men's patience exhausted, some of them advanced against him. The comedian, trying to escape, was rescued by the wife of one of the men who tried to attack him, who tried to prevent a possible fight or aggression.
Foi. Você não morreu tão cedo. Que eu perdi minha espingarda e matar viado.
When he realized there was no way out, he announced that it was all just a prank and tried to shake hands with each one as a way of apology. The men reacted by attacking him, and the wife stated that he had a lot of courage to perform this type of prank with so many men at once. Yet another controversial prank from Silvio Santos's program adds to the list, this time involving a woman who asked men passing by on the street to hold a ladder, allowing her to climb up and spray medicine on some plants. Dressed in a skirt, the woman intentionally exposed everything during the climb, clearly on purpose, causing the men to get irritated upon seeing something they shouldn't have. In addition, she released a fake fart right in their faces, which seemed real and left the men completely embarrassed.
O que é? Que é isso? Oh, eu vou cair aqui. Você nunca soltou.
The prank generated a lot of outrage among some people, especially women, who considered the situation a way of ridiculing the female gender in a vulgar manner. Moreover, the prank provoked the men and put them in embarrassing situations, generating criticisms about the limits of pranks and respect between genders. An Argentine TV channel decided to create a prank with one of the team members, who had already mentioned being afraid of airplanes. To perform this prank, they faced a great challenge, because besides deceiving the man with a fake trip, they had to hire actors to fill the plane seats and simulate a realistic flight with the help of cranes. As soon as he boarded the plane, the cranes approached and attached to the aircraft, simulating takeoff, turbulence, and a possible crash, leaving him completely terrified.
Tomen asiento, cinturón de seguridad abrochado, por favor.
Señores pasajeros, que se coloquen la máscara de oxígeno.
When he finally discovered that it was all a prank, it took him quite some time to believe it, and he displayed that typical forced smile of someone who is just pretending to be happy but was actually deeply angry inside. Two friends decided to create a prank to share on the internet, and the video quickly went viral. For the prank, they hired an attractive-looking actress, wearing a very short and tight outfit, aiming to draw attention as she walked through a public park. The idea was to capture people's reactions when they saw her pass by. Many people, especially the men present, were impressed and couldn't take their eyes off her. One of these men, who couldn't resist and kept looking, was accompanied by his girlfriend, which resulted in a complicated situation. The girlfriend became extremely irritated and even slapped the man's face because of the attention he was giving to the actress.
What was that? You're looking at her.
In addition, another man who was riding a scooter almost lost his balance upon seeing the actress pass by. Prank was a success, but almost caused the end of a relationship due to the intense reactions provoked. content produced by three young men that ended up gaining traction and going viral on TikTok shows the friends doing what they considered a prank but actually crossed certain boundaries. In the videos, the young men invade random people's houses just to capture their reactions. In one of these videos, they invaded the residence of a man who was very scared and begged them to leave, as his children were frightened inside the house. After the negative repercussion of the situation, the group began to be investigated by the police and even deleted their accounts on social networks.
Is this where the study group is?
No. What number is this? No.
The police made a statement at the time, saying they were aware of the videos and asked the population to collaborate with information that could help in the investigation. After all, trespassing is considered a crime. Members of a YouTube channel called King Sid decided to produce a video performing a prank on the police. In the prank, one of the members calls the police emergency center and claims to have spotted a suspicious car at a certain location, possibly carrying narcotics. The police then go to the location and find the car parked with the channel members inside it. Everything was being filmed, and we can see the police officers searching the vehicle but finding only soda cans hidden in the trunk, as if they were drugs. Confused and not understanding what was happening, the police decide to leave.
Officers looked inside the truck. They found a bag of coke. Not cocaine, but rather red cans of Coca-Cola.
The video, of course, was posted and quickly went viral. This made the police become aware of the incident, and from that, they began to investigate those responsible. The men involved were sought and arrested, facing serious consequences since a false crime alert is also considered an illegal act and subject to punishment. And to conclude, yet another prank aired on Silvio Santos' program. This time, two actors disguised themselves as janitors in a bathroom. As soon as a man entered to use it, they immediately started talking about the presence of large snakes on the adjacent land so that the people inside the bathroom could hear. Then, a third man, hidden in the adjacent bathroom, introduced a real snake into the bathroom the person was using. It was not a toy snake, but a real one, which naturally caused a big scare. Imagine being relaxed in the bathroom and suddenly encountering a huge snake. Many who were showering ran out, some even without clothes.
Eu sempre vejo na televisão.
The prank was considered by many to be extremely risky because even if the snake was neither venomous nor aggressive and was legalized, there was a risk of hurting someone or even the animal itself due to people's unexpected reactions. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.